Well, time to talk sports here on AM Show. My name is Benedict Tosu. Thanks so much for your company. In our very first story, the Ghana FA has ruled in favour of Black Stars coach Siki Akono in relation to a legal dispute between him and his former club Asante Kotoko. Now, after an abrupt end to his tenure as head coach of the team, the coach hauled the club before the Player Status Committee of the FA for a breach of contract. So, what is the background to this story? As Arabidi Akon has more.
If you recall, after the CAF Confederation Cup campaign 2 seasons ago, the club, in the attempt to bring in Yetso Zakariasen, asked CK to assume the role of a technical director. He declined and in the process left the club just 9 months in his 3-year contract. He then dragged the Porcupine Warriors to the GFA Player Status Committee, demanding salary for 2 years, league trophy cash, and CAF Confederations Cup group stage entitlements. Subsequently, the Status Committee found Kotoko guilty of wrongful contract termination. Kotoko appealed and paid the communique from the GFA yesterday. They have lost that appeal and must now pay Siki Akono for wrongfully terminating his contract.
All right, so we're hoping to speak to Kumasi Asante Kotoko Communications Director, that's Kennedy Boache, and Sam for more on this. We are unable to establish contact with him now, but we'll try and do so and bring you their reaction. So away from that, we're building up to the Manchester derby between Accra Greater Olympics and Accra Hearts of Oak tomorrow at the Accra Stadium. Well, ahead of that game, former Olympics coach Prince Kofi talks about a hard decision he had to make whilst at the club.
Yes, actually, it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned at all. Had it not been the attitude of that supporter, I believe I would have still been the head coach of Accra Greater Olympics.
What does supporter do?
After our match against Wafa FC, we all saw what happened. The officiating didn't help at all. We had some penalties which were ignored. Apart from that, we had some infringements around the penalty area, which we could have utilized if we had been given, those opportunities. Unfortunately, we lost that match by a long goal. So after the match, some supporters, I won't say all Olympic supporters, but like I told you, Olympics have fantastic supporters, some who even support you even in defeat. So those supporters started expressing their reservations, but it was verbal initially. So I wasn't bothered. After the match, I had to go for a post-match interview. So I did that. When I was going back, I realized that the point of entry had been locked. So I had to come out. And I came out from the main, side of the stadium where some supporters were gathered. So they started.
All right, so former Accra Greater Olympics coach Prince Kofi speaking there. Well, let's return to our earlier story, and we are privileged to have on the phone lines Kennedy Boache as our communications director at Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ken, thanks so much for your time this morning. We'll definitely talk about the game against Almina Sharks on Thursday. But before that, what's management's reaction to the latest on Coach Siki Akono's issue?
Good morning, Benedict. We actually got the decision by the Appeals Committee yesterday, but we'll have to give it to our legal team to study, and then we'll get to know the way forward.
Okay, so then I think that'll be it for that issue. So let's talk about the Almina Sharks game. This is going to be the second game at the Accra Stadium. The very first one, emphatic victory. The fans came in their numbers. This one is on Thursday because Hearts of Oak would have to play against Accra Greater Olympics on Wednesday. What are the plans going into that game?
The team actually took a rest yesterday. We resumed training this morning at 7:30 a.m. at the Adakuja training ground. We'll train tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon the team will make its way to Accra to have the needed rest. And then on Thursday evening, we get to play in Metro League. I don't know if I can.
Is the game 3 p.m. or is 6?
7 p.m.
Oh, Thursday 7 p.m. as well.
7 p.m. But the gate's open at 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a popular stand and the central will be going for 10 cities. The lower VIP will go for 20 cities. The upper VIP will go for 30 cities, and the VVIP area will go for 50 Ghana cities. But trust me, We're not going to underestimate the might of the Mina Sharks. We believe that they're a very good side, but these are something protocol. If you check out our results in the current recent times, it is something that has been extremely impressive. But we would need to continue to step on our accelerator to ensure that our quest to win the league also be fruitful. So we are going all out against it.
All right. Ken, before the game on Thursday, we'll talk to you more here on the show. Thanks so much for your time this morning here on the show. But quickly, we have to move on and do some other stories on the local scene. And angry fans of Ghana Premier League side Kerala United yesterday stormed their training ground to sack head coach Enes Adepa following their bad run in the ongoing Premier League. They are 17th on the league log after match day 13 with 10 points from winning 2 games, losing 7 and drawing 4. Let's go live and speak to communications director of the club, Ni Amma Ashon Katai. Ni, thanks so much for your time this morning here on the show. Did it come to you as a surprise that yesterday the fans went there, to sack coach Adepa? Hello, Ni. Hello, Ni. Okay, so we don't have Ni Amma Ashon Katai, who is communications director of Kerala, on the line. We'll try and re-establish contact with him. But the story is that the fans of the club yesterday stormed at their training ground to sack coach Enos Adepa following their recent bad run in the Premier League. And as I mentioned, they are 17th on the Premier League log, 10 points after 2 wins and 7 defeats, 4 draws. Let's go back and try and see if we can speak to Ni. Ni, thanks so much for your time. Can you hear me? Hello, Ni. Mr. Ashon Katai, are you there? Apologies, we are unable to speak to Ni now, but at 2 on Sports Today, we'll get a reaction from him. They've also released a statement with respect to what happened yesterday at their training ground. But away from the local scene, all sports at all levels in Italy is to be suspended until at least April 3 because of coronavirus, and this includes football matches in Serie A, but does not cover Italian clubs or national teams participating in international competitions. And Serie A say Italy, that's their top flight, had already said all games will be played behind closed doors until April 3. Also, coronavirus effects. Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League last 16 match against Borussia Dortmund, that's to come tomorrow, will be played behind closed doors because of the same virus. And the police in Paris made the decision on Monday in a bid to contain the spread of the virus. Another effect on sports, Saturday's match between France and Ireland in the latest Six Nations fixture to be postponed because of concerns over the virus, and the decision follows earlier steps to postpone the Ireland, Italy-England fixtures. Well, away from coronavirus effect on sports, now Leicester City manager Brendan Rodgers thought his side looked back to their best as Jamie Vardy ended his goal drought in their convincing win over Aston Villa. The Foxes had only picked up 2 wins in their past 8 Premier League games and 2 points in their past 4 matches.